Hi, here is my audience.
Hello. Hi.
How many of you actually look forward to going to work? Now imagine if you had to go to work, but you weren't even getting paid. A survey released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that around 25% of Americans take their time to do volunteer work. Today, I would like to celebrate the volunteers who work in animal rescue. In researching this speech, I learned about the long hours, hard work, and the enormous amount of emotional stress that the volunteers endure in the animal rescue world. I will start by going over the hours. Since volunteers' work is unpaid, the majority of rescue work volunteers already have full-time jobs and spend the little spare time they have at the rescue. Connie Siegel volunteers at a rescue in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Since she has a full-time job, she is only scheduled to work 5 hours every other month. But she is so dedicated to the animals that she is there 16 hours a weekend every single weekend. Some volunteers are full-time workers for no pay. Courtney Wingate volunteers at the Humane Society in Louisiana. Courtney puts in a staggering 80 hours a week for no pay there. Next, I would like to honor the hard work the volunteers put in. Animal rescue volunteers endure hard work in the rescue center and out trying to rescue animals in dangerous situations. The Department of Labor Statistics states that some of the work may be physically or emotionally demanding, and the rate of work-related injuries and illness is higher than the national average. According to Pet Place, animal shelter volunteers perform a plethora of jobs, including feeding the animals, cleaning the cages, getting them adopted, and even fostering them in their own homes. The New York Times wrote about a group of amazing volunteers, including a man named Mr. Smith. They went to a flooded, evacuated town on the Arkansas River to save stranded animals. After nearly 5 brutal hours in the water, Mr. Smith and the other volunteers rescued 3 dogs and 5 cats. Mr. Smith said they needed rescue. They needed help. They don't have the ability to save themselves like we do. What an amazing man he is. Now I want to address the emotional stress that the animal workers, volunteers endure. Animal rescue is not only physically demanding, it's also emotionally demanding. Psychology Today has an article on why animal shelter workers burn out. One worker, Fran, said she goes home every night and cries. She said there's just more animals coming in than there are homes to have them in, and she doesn't know what to do. Lenny Norick is a shelter volunteer in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Norick says the hardest part is the knowledge that many animals will be put down after a certain amount of time. He says, I find it very distressing. It's not a rosy world out there. As you can see, animal rescue volunteers are amazing, selfless people. I applaud them for the long hours, hard work, and the tremendous amount of emotional stress they live through to save the animals. Thank you.